Hello everyone, welcome to the online presentation. I and my partner, Fuminori Nakasubo, would like to introduce our research. The title is A Case Study on Teacher-Child Verbal Interaction of Intensive Science Education Activity in Vietnamese Preschool Classroom. Now we would like to introduce our research background. The previous study showed that teacher-child verbal interaction is fundamental initiative to improve the quality of early childhood education and children outcome. And in Vietnam, we have nearly 83% of Vietnamese children study in public school. And the intensive science education activity is mainly subject to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, especially targeting 4.5. So that's why in our research, we focus to the public school and ISEA. Also, the previous study showed that in ISEA, we lack of effective teaching methods and children's scientific skills are low and uneven. But the previous study not show the effect of the ISEA and the linking with the ISEA to the teacher-child verbal interaction show the unclear effect of teacher-child verbal interaction on the quality of ISEA. It led to our objective. So this study will find the reasons lead to the low quality of ISEA by investigating teacher-child verbal interaction in ISEA and teacher-child verbal interaction in our research related to the verbal statement and questions. On the other hand, we will show the behavior in using the statement and the question to interact with children in ISEA and the verbal response from children to teacher. So we move to the literature review. The first one, we focus on the teacher-child verbal interaction in intensive science education activity. The intensive science education activity is the one of compulsory subjects in Vietnamese preschool classroom. In preschool classroom, we have the science activity, and in science activity, we separate the pre-learning science activity and the intensive science education activity. And the previous study showed the importance of the teacher-child verbal interactions to children's scientific development. And the teacher-child verbal interaction have the big influence to children's scientific development. However, the verbal interaction from teachers in ISEA in Vietnamese classroom, we have no study focused on. Also, ISEA in Vietnamese preschool classroom now in low quality in teaching because the lack of effective teaching methods. The previous studies showed us 40% of low quality of teaching science methods and 36% lack of teaching skill in ISEA. And the limits of previous study become our motivation to solve the problem that the linking between the teacher-child verbal interaction and the quality of ISEA. So we have the two research questions. The first one, how had the distribution in using statement from teachers? And which type of statement do teachers have the tendency to use mostly to interact with children in ISEA? And the verbal response from children. And the second question, how has the distribution in using question? Which type of question do teachers use mostly in ISEA? And the response from children. And in order to solve our problem, we move to our methodologies because our objective is investigate the behavior in using statement and questions in ISA from teacher and the children verbal response. So we use the case of qualitative, a single case study when we just focus on the verbal interaction and the data collection conduct in the academic school year 2017 and 2018. And the participants in our current study include ISEA in 3 to 4 age group. And our study site is Da Nang City, Vietnam. It is located in the center of Vietnam. And the outlines of our findings, and teachers use mostly the learning guidance and flow questions. The data collections and analysis include four steps. The first one we will directly observation ISEA, and when we observe, we will take note the teaching learning process, especially focus on the verbal interactions include statement and question teacher due to interact with children. And also at the same time, we will set up three cameras located in the three corners of class and videotape the ISEA. And also, we will not interrupt the teaching learning process when we set up the camera. After that, we will transcribe the videotape and check the take note to make sure that not without some important information. And when the transcript complete, we will code the needed information, the statement and question into the preschool teacher verbal interaction coding form that were designed based on the result of Du and Rosas. And the table 2 show the findings and the answer for the first question. Teacher use mostly the learning guidance to interact with children. The learning guidance is mean that the instruction, the lesson, and teacher show the guiding children have to do, what they have to do, what they should do in the lesson, and the response from children. Children don't have the verbal response to the learning guidance from teacher. They just listen and follow the request from the teacher. And table 4 is the answer for the research question 2. Teacher use mostly the close questions, especially the name labeling question and yes/no question. Name labeling questions, it means that's the question about the name of the objects, name of things, name the phenomenon in the lessons. And yes/no question is a simple question, and children don't have no need more effort to answer yes/no question. This is the kind of the simple question, yes or no, the answer. From the findings, we have the conclusion to answer why the low quality, the lack of effective teaching science matters, and the low quality of the ISEA, and the low in children's science development. Because the verbal statement, so the learning guidance and also the close question just lead to children mostly listen and to exactly to do exactly what their teacher requests. And the close question keep the role to code the memories and level understanding at the basic. From the findings, we also have the implication on the teacher-child verbal interaction. The first one, teachers should produce a variety group of statements and questions. And in order to do that, we need to improve the teaching skill, or teaching science methods by enhancing teachers' awareness about science, as well as training for teachers how to make a question and statement. And we also publish the second implication by teachers should design more the hands-on activity in ISEA. The hands-on activity, in the hands-on activity, children have to do a lot, And if you do allow, teacher have to make the question variety of the question to guide them step by step to do the hands-on activity. Our research also have the limitation when we just focus on the public school and just in the Da Nang city, the one city in Vietnam. We need so that's why we cannot generalizability the results from the other region of Vietnam, and we need to have the comparative study across different types of schools and regions to have the stable solution. Thank you so much for your listening, and we welcome all the comments, feedback, and questions on our presentations. It will help our research more better. Thank you so much.